Hi everyone, welcome to our channel again, Static Caravan living in the UK.
Yes.
Today, very important video, we're going to talk about the caravan. We're going to talk about all the costs, living costs, bills, and we're going to talk about the pros and cons of living in a static caravan. So this caravan is a BK Purbeck, isn't it? Bluebird
Purbeck.
Yep, she's 36 feet long and she's 12 feet wide. It's got loads of windows in this one, isn't it?
This one, yeah, it's sort of like a panoramic, really. It goes all the way around.
Yeah, she's a bit old, isn't she?
Yeah.
It's 2004, so she's 21 years old now. And we paid 14,500 for this caravan, and it's got a 9-year lease on it.
Yeah.
I guess it depends on where you are in the country, what site you're on. You could probably get this static caravan for maybe £7,000 somewhere else, or you could end up spending £20,000. It does depend on the site and whereabouts you are, maybe closer to the sea and what have you. So that's always something to think about when you're looking to buy one, the location, and are you getting value for money. We probably could have got this a couple of £1,000 cheaper, but we were quite interested in this one, weren't we?
Yeah.
There was a few people looking at it, so we wanted to get in there quickly, didn't we, and buy it. So that's the caravan. It's they call it a 4 berth. It's got 2 beds, 2 bedrooms, doesn't it?
So I suppose you might call it a 4 berth. You've got a double bedroom, and then you've got 2 singles in the second bedroom. Although realistically, I would say if you were going to be more permanently in something like this, 1 single bed in the second bedroom would be better, because the 2 single beds are smaller single beds, and you've got about that much gap between the 2 of them. And once you've got the single beds in and a little wardrobe, there's no room else. You just got no space at all. So it's all right if you're on holiday, because you're here for a week, 2 weeks, and you just make do with the amount of space you've got. But if it's like a more long-term thing, you do really need just a little bit of space.
Yeah, I mean, luckily it's just the 2 of us, so we removed all the beds and turned it into an office, as well as having some wardrobes in there, and the coat rail and all the shoes. So because you're limited with space in a static caravan, especially if you live in there sort of fairly long term. Yeah. So that's the caravan, and that's what we paid for it. Now we will be going through a book with some information on it, because there's a lot to go through, and there's a lot of information, isn't there?
There is.
There's lots of information for you. So hopefully this will be useful for you. Okay, so £14,500 we paid for it, and it's got a 9-year lease. We might be able to extend it if we need to.
Yeah, the site did say that they would be up for renewing the lease. It is quite a smart looking mobile home, isn't it? It doesn't look old and decrepit. It does look smart. So as long as we look after it, and we're still around in 9 years' time, and we want to extend the lease, I'm sure that they will do something for us. But who knows what's going to happen next year?
Exactly.
Let alone in 9 years' time.
Yep.
Watch this space.
Yep. So prices, I suppose the important one is, well, before we get onto site fees, when the contracts were signed, bear in mind you can't live here permanently, and you can't have your mail directed here. So this can't be your permanent address for mail. So you can't vote from this address. You can't have post delivered here, because it is a holiday home.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Okay, so when the contracts were signed, the first thing we had to get sorted was insurance. You have to have insurance, and that's a requirement on the site to have insurance. And the insurance for this is like new for old, and it's just short of £200, £198, I think. So if anything happened to this, it blew away, or caught fire, or it just fell to bits for some reason, or a car ran into it, they will replace it with new. However, in the contract, it does say, with the amount of money, say we insured this for 20,000, that does include the cost of having all this removed. So it might cost you £2,000 or £3,000 to have this removed and cleaned up, and then a new one put on. So then you'd only have 17,000 to get another caravan. So you have to bear that in mind. That's all a part of the costs. So the insurance is very important. Yeah, especially with the weather. We're in Cornwall, so it does get a bit windy down here, doesn't it?
It gets very windy.
It does get very windy.
Very windy.
So that's the insurance. It's just short of £200.
Yeah.
So the site fees, okay, our site fees here for the year is £4,900 if you pay that yearly, and that equates to £94 a week. That's not bad, is it? Now we pay quarterly, and that puts it up to £5,184 a year, because a little bit of interest on that, and that comes to £99.
Still under £100 a week.
Yeah. So, you know, where are you going to rent for anything at that price? You know, so that's the price of that. So, bill-wise, gas bottles. It's not the cheapest. The gas bottles here are 80. Where are we? They're £85 a bottle, and in the winter they last
about 3 weeks.
About 3 weeks. Yeah. So we worked out that we had, since we've been here, we moved in here on the 22nd of November last year, and today is the 7th of May. And in that period, we have had 8 gas bottles, which comes to £680. I don't think that's that bad, really, because heating oil in a house, £1,000 to fill that up easy, and you're going to go through that in the winter quite easily as well, aren't you? So it feels expensive at the time that you're spending £85 every 3 weeks. But again, that's only the really cold winter periods. You know, we're barely using any gas. The heating hasn't been on for a few weeks now, so in the summer you're not going to use it apart from cooking. So that's the price of the gas. Electricity, then that's quite interesting, really, because we were before here in a 2-bedroom bungalow.
Yeah.
And you used to have a breakdown every time the electric building would come in, didn't you?
I did. Well, everything was electric, and you know, even the heating, we had really old economy 7 heaters, which we didn't use, did we? Because they're far too expensive to use. We
had one radiator, an oil radiator, in the front room. That was it. But
it was an oil-free radiator, wasn't
it? Was it oil-free?
It was an oil-free radiator, so it was electric.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
So that was still a little bit juicy, but a lot cheaper than putting the economy 7 on.
But you could still spend £200 or £300 a month on electric in the winter.
In the winter,
yeah. So it was very, very expensive. But the electric here, we have a bill. Okay. It's pretty much, in the winter, we spent £75. Get this, not for a month, for a quarter. £75 on electric for a quarter. That is so cheap compared to anything else we've ever been in. So electric on this site seems to be very good value. What else have we got? We have, oh yeah, they also have a facility here, don't they, that they can jet wash your caravan for you. It costs us £60.
£60 to have all this jet washed.
Yeah, because you're not allowed a hose here, are you? You're not allowed to run a hose. And the reason for that is we don't pay for water. There's no water bill. That saves you 50 quid a month.
Well, it's in the ground rent, isn't it? Your water, so it is within the ground rent at the moment.
Yeah, but it doesn't feel like you're paying, does it? Because it doesn't feel like a bill.
No.
Because you're paying your £99 a week.
Yeah.
What else do we have? Because of how it works, we don't have a washing machine and we don't have a tumble dryer. But on site, there's a laundrette. And how much is that?
It's just gone up, isn't it? It's £6 for a wash. Good wash. They're very good industrial machines, and they wash blooming good. And then I'm gonna put £2 in the tumble dryer, which will give you half an hour, and by the end of that, everything's dry.
Yeah, yeah, and you only wash because they're huge washing machines and tumble dryers, so you only need to do one load a week.
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah, so it's costing you £8 or £9 a week to do all your washing and your drying. So that's good price as well, isn't it? So that's very useful. And of course, if you had a washing machine and a tumble dryer in here, it's going to take up so much space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you're using your own electricity. It's going to cost a little bit more, but you wouldn't really have that much space for one. You'd have to compromise and get rid of a couple of cupboards, wouldn't you?
Yeah. I might have to lose my man drawer.
You would definitely have to lose your man drawer.
Don't want that, do we?
No.
Okay, so what else do we have? As in the kitchen itself, and you've got the boiler. They do expect you to have the boiler and I guess the cooker service as well.
Yeah.
Once a year. Boiler about £100-ish, and the cooker again around £100 per year. So that's £200 bill per year to get that sorted. Okay, what else do we have here?
Well, we have got broadband.
Broadband. Yeah.
So we have to. We're with Airband, which is very high speed, isn't it? It's a good.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, because if you're worried that you're not going to get internet in a static caravan, of course it's not hardwired in. There's a big dish on site, and all the static caravans have a dish put on, and it's pointed to the main dish, and away you go. We all use the same dish. I mean, it's gone down twice or three times since last November. Twice last week, actually, for some reason. But it seems to be okay now. So, it seems to work well.
It wasn't that for very long, was it?
No, and I think that's about £35 a month, which is about what you'd pay generally with BT or anyone. So.
But we got our first, because we signed up to them here, we got our first 6 months, the first 6 months are free.
Yeah, Airband. Worth a look.
Yeah. I think they've slightly changed now. I was looking the other day, and I think they now do 4 months free, but they've got various deals going. So they're worth a look, and they've been all right.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. So all in all, that is pretty much our bills, isn't it?
Yeah, it is really.
It's very limited, compared to a house. In one of these, it's pretty cheap. Okay, so site fees, insurance, yeah. Okay, I guess after you're looking at the bills, you got pros and cons about living in a static caravan, and there's a lot for both, isn't there? Shall we go through the cons first?
Yeah.
Shall we?
Yeah. Start with the negative.
Start with the negatives.
Go on to the positive.
Okay, here we go. The negatives. It does get cold in the winter. It is so thin. Well, when I say it, if you didn't have heating, it would be the same cold inside as it is outside. And the radiators, we do have central heating in here, and it kept it lovely and toasty, and it does keep it warm, but the floor can get very cold.
Yes.
And you don't want to put your clothes on the floor. You know, you throw your clothes off sometimes when you get into bed, throw them on the floor, whatever you do with them. Even with the heating on in the night, you put your clothes up in the morning and they'll almost crack, won't they, because it's so cold. Okay, so you got to bear that in mind. And in the summer, well, I mean, we're in sort of late spring now, and it gets very hot in the caravan. Now today we've had all windows open. We've got 2 big fans as well we've bought, and it's doing its job.
They are doing their job. I mean, the temperature chart in here still says it's 20 degrees in here. It doesn't actually feel like it's 20 degrees.
No, not at the moment, but it can be a bit of like an oven box. Last week, I think it was 20, 23 or 24 degrees outside, and it was nearly 30 degrees inside. Even that's with all the windows open, all the fans going. So you've got to bear that in mind. It's like living in a tin box at times. So we haven't experienced a really, really hot day in here yet. And our poor old dog Stanley, he's not looking forward to that either, is he? So
Not really.
Again, these are the cons. Next one.
They're living on the balcony.
Yeah, balcony.
The balcony.
Yeah. Soundproofing. Hasn't got any. Is it?
No.
No. It's very loud when it comes to rain. It's very loud when it comes to wind.
Yeah.
And also bizarre things, isn't it? It's like a neighbour will shut their car door at night and you can actually feel the caravan shudder. You can just feel, I don't know what it is, but you can just feel it. It doesn't move as such, but it just feels like a little bomber's gone off. It's like a vibration, isn't it? When a car door shuts close to the caravan. I mean, when we close all the windows and everything at night, you've got cars going past and what have you, and you've got the bar and restaurant about 100 yards from here, and you can hear everything that's going on. It is loud. Quite like, we don't mind it. It's a part of life on the site. Yeah. But yeah, there is absolutely no soundproofing whatsoever. The rain kicked you awake, didn't it? In the winter.
Yeah, one day it was really, and the wind as well. It was really windy, and I honestly thought I was going to be waking up in a couple of counties further along, because it really did howl and
a little frightening.
Buffered. It actually buffered.
Yeah.
The back of it, like in the bedroom, it was coming from that direction. And I could just feel it hitting the back of the caravan.
Yeah, the
mobile home.
Yeah,
country lodge.
The static caravan sort of, you can feel it. It doesn't move, but you can feel the outside material sort of buckle a little, can't you? You can hear boing. Or,
It's weird, isn't it?
It is a weird sensation. Yeah. So these again, those are some cons there. What else have we got? Oh yeah. Limited storage. We've got a couple of Kettners outside for bits and pieces, but you know, when it comes to your clothes and stuff, we've got clothes in storage still and loads of stuff in storage because there's not enough room for much.
No, I think we'll have a winter summer change around, so all our winter clothes will go into the storage, and then all our summer clothes will come out, and
yeah. Yeah, it's the only way. It's the only way you can do it. You need storage somewhere else, unless you can keep it all in your house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Okay, so you need to be, because there's little amount of storage. You need to be minimalistic, don't you?
Definitely. Yeah.
Just the bare essentials. No ornaments.
Well, maybe a few ornaments.
I don't like ornaments.
I don't mind ornaments.
You don't mind ornaments. Yeah. And again, if you've seen one of the other videos, it's very narrow down the corridors, and I'm rather broad, and I keep forgetting sometimes to walk sideways, and I thump straight into it and stop dead. Yeah.
But then we have got a few things like this coffee table here that we showed everybody a little while ago. That sort of
extends up, doesn't it?
Extends up, and then you've got storage inside.
Yeah.
So it's finding a few space-saving items that will help with putting things away.
Yeah, and
outside.
you've got like the standard benches, which we spoke about before, that come with the static caravans.
Or country lodge.
Country lodge. They have loads of storage inside them, but they're really uncomfortable on your butt. It's all right for I guess holidays or a week or two, but like I said, we ended up spending a couple of £1,000 on some proper quality sofas, and it makes such a difference, doesn't it? It's the same as the mattress. When we moved in, the date on it was 25 years old or something, so that's one of the first things we did, get a mattress for ourselves, because it's caravans, they've had lots of people in them.
1996, that was the year on that mattress.
Oh, 29 years.
So older than this.
Yeah, that's a lot of bums on that mattress, isn't it? And it was knackered, wasn't it? So yeah, if you can get a sofa, change your mattress, it's really worth doing. Yeah. We spoke about the two single beds that are just not worth the hassle, are they? There's not a lot. Unless say if you're on holiday, it's okay, a couple of kids, but do away with it if you can. Single bed or change it into a different room altogether.
Yeah, depending on your circumstances, really.
Lifespan, again, with these static caravans, again, depends how they're looked after. They do have a lifespan on them, especially on certain sites. Certain sites won't allow them any older than 10 years, and then they've got to go. This site's great. This caravan's over 20 years, and they're happy with it on here, at least for another 9 years, as long as we look after it.
Yeah. I think that's the key, isn't it? Just looking after your property and making sure that you keep it well maintained, inside and outside, so it doesn't look dilapidated and old.
Yeah. The actual decking out here, the balcony, is a bit past its sell-by date.
Yeah, see? It's very creaky, isn't it?
It's very creaky. You're walking all the way along and it's crunching and it's a bit bouncy and what have you. I haven't had a chance to have a look under it yet, but I think to get another one of these, it's £5,000-10,000. It's a lot of money, so I'm going to sort of try and repair ours and see how we get on with it.
Yeah, I mean, it is a big space outside, isn't it? We've got sort of big area there, and it goes all the way down, so over half of the length of the mobile home. So it is quite a big space. If we can repair it, or if we can find somebody that might have boards that we can buy from them and get the old boards taken out and get some new boards put in, that would be good.
Yeah, but that's something you need to look at as well before you buy one. It's the state of the decking, because it's really expensive to get it replaced. We knew what we were buying at the time. It was a bit crunchy, especially under my weight, because I'm no lightweight, so I have to be a little careful how I walk on it, but I don't feel like I'm going to go through it, so just bear that in mind. So that's the cons. Now there are pros as well. All right, there's quite a few of those in there. So what we got? Cheap to live.
Cheap to live.
Cheap to live.
That's top of the list.
Yeah, absolutely. Gone through the prices with you. I think, realistically, monthly, £500 or £600 all in. It's not a lot of money at all, is it?
Not really.
Not really. Say a bit more in the winter because of the gas, but you work it out roughly over the year. It's not a lot. It's well priced, and if you can do it, it's worth doing it. You've got a great community vibe here. Yeah, doesn't seem to be any unsavoury fellows or fellowettes. Seems all right, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, everybody's really friendly, and it's not a huge site, so it doesn't ever seem to be overcrowded. There's different areas for different types of accommodation. So where we are here in this first bit, it is all mobile
Static
homes. Sorry, static homes, country lodges, country retreat. And then in the next field, you've got your camper vans and caravans. There's been some tents up there as well just recently. And then there's another field further out, which is like for your wild camping. So it doesn't actually have any hitch-ups or anything like that.
and a good dog walking area.
And
as
it's
well.
a good dog walking area as well at the moment.
Yeah.
So it's nice. It's quiet, peaceful.
And it's private property, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the thing. You're not going to get any cold callers come
That's a
here,
bonus.
which is also another pro, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, I mean the process of buying this was very straightforward, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's nice and easy. Yeah, you haven't got any solicitors involved or anything like that, you know. And also, I know this sounds daft, but it is detached. It's detached. You've got your own detached property. We've got a lovely garden, little grass area all the way around. We can park our car right out the front.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it feels like your little space, and it's yours. And it's cheap as chips. I don't think you'd make much money out of one of these if you bought one to rent out for holiday makers. You might, but I don't. The consensus generally is what I hear is you're not going to make any money, and if you do, it'll only be a little bit, and it's a lot of hassle. So if you keep it for yourself, I think that's the better approach.
Yeah, because then you're going down the road of having to, if you can't do it yourself, having to get cleaners in for changeover days.
The insurance is going to be higher.
Insurance will probably be higher, and maintenance. You know, you might have to be sort of more up on the maintenance because you need it in tip-top condition, don't you? If you're actually renting it out to holiday makers,
and you're not going to hire it out 52 weeks of the year. There's a few statics here that are for holiday let, and they're not being used all the time, but you still got to pay your ground rent.
Yeah,
that's what you got to think. So yeah, we have also, on top of all that, we got our own gardener. I've got a lawnmower and a strimmer and what have you anyway, and I like cutting our little area because we put a lot of pots out the front, so they can't really cut this area with their ride-on mower. So but yeah, the whole site, you get your grass cut, you get your bins emptied on a Monday, you get your gas bottle filled when it runs out. They come around and check it themselves. So it works.
Yeah,
it works very well. And also, you know, you can have tacky lights like my outside lights. You can have them put up and it don't look out of place, does it?
they're nice little twinkly lights.
They
aren't
are.
they?
Yeah, it's nothing you would put on your house generally.
Well, you would.
Well, yeah, I might.
You'd put them on the house
I might.
if we had a house.
Yeah, I might.
But maybe not year round, just at Christmas.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but you can do it here, and there's quite a few static caravans here that have got lots of lights on them and lots of twinkly stuff going on. You know, it's a different kind of vibe, different kind of setup than it would be if you're on an estate or living in a village or what have you. So you can sort of pretty much do what you want to. I don't think they'd probably let you paint your static caravan pink or anything like that. But yeah, you're left to get on as long as you look after it, keep it clean. They do all the maintenance around it, and it works. Okay, well, this is a video I didn't think I would ever do because it means I'm more like my mother than I thought. Every time she got a new caravan, or I came to see her in a caravan, she used to show us around the caravan. This is the microwave. This is the fridge. And I used to think to myself, yeah, I know that. It's only a little space. I know what a microwave looks like. I know what a fridge looks like. But here I am, In our static caravan, I'm going to show you probably the fridge.
It's a country lodge.
Sorry, country lodge. And the microwave. I haven't adopted all of my mother because I don't eat boiled potatoes, chocolate blancmange, or rissoles, which is what I was fed as a child. So I try to avoid all those. Right, we'll start off in the front room area, okay? So we'll come over here. Now, when we first moved our stuff in, a week before Christmas, that will be December.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It looked very different from now. It was very sparse. Okay. And I would give you some advice that on a lot of the caravans they have the corner pieces.
Yeah, it's like a bench, isn't it?
Like the big benches. Okay, so they're okay and they're great for storage, but they're so uncomfortable. Before we were in this one, we were in a different caravan that had these benches, and we had to put our bed pillows underneath our bums because after a couple of hours it was so sore and it used to ache so much. So what we did is we spent a bleeding fortune on some really nice sofas. Yeah. So what we've got is we've got a standard two-seater, and this chair here is Mr. Snuggie.
That's your Mr. Snuggie chair, isn't
Mr.
it?
Snuggie. This is my little Snuggie chair.
Yeah.
It calls to me
It
when
does.
I'm out doing bouncy castles
Yeah, I
at
know.
weekends, and I think about my Snuggie chair to come back to. Okay.
Yeah.
And this one here is a sofa bed.
Yeah.
Now this, I think, was like £2,500 all this, but we thought, spend the money, and then you're comfortable in the evenings. Yeah,
It is comfortable.
It is
yeah.
comfortable. Yeah.
I mean, actually, realistically,
you could turn that around.
okay, realistically, the bench seating is fine, you know, for people that are maybe just going to be on holiday for a week or a couple of weeks. But it's not really, if you're going to be in somewhere for a period of, like a long-term period, then you really do have to be comfortable of a night time or daytime if you're just sitting around lounging.
Ooh, sorry.
Stanley's getting in on the action.
Ear rub time for the old boy. Isn't that right, Stanley? Yeah, I know. Okay.
Anyway.
So, sofas. Yeah. Always get the best for your bum. Secondly, in caravanning life, it's so important for spatial awareness, isn't it? And having as much space as possible. Now, this coffee table, realistically, is a bit big for our needs. But we're really sad, and there's only the two of us. Nobody ever comes to visit. So, you know, there is space to get around it. And the little party piece,
which you love.
I love for space. Yeah?
Yeah. Ta-da!
Yeah. All potatoes, bit of rissole, blancmange. Yeah. So yeah, and then you've got your storage in there as well.
I think there's things in there that I didn't realise I had.
Oh, I think that was 120 quid for this. Maybe
Yeah.
not even that. So yeah, it's a good bit of kit and it's very spacious.
Yeah, there's a little shelf underneath that as well.
A little shelf underneath as well. Okay. So you've probably noticed blinds. They're as old as the caravan, I think. They're quite cumbersome. They're quite big. But we haven't done anything with them yet because we're not really sure what to do. I mean, they are great because they really do block out the sun when needed and what have you. And there's a lot of privacy at night, even though we do have all the trees.
I quite like the blinds.
Yeah, I think they're okay. I mean, they do. We've got the curtains which we don't use.
No, I want to change curtains.
Yeah.
That's
The
on the
blinds
list.
work really well. Okay. Now, this area here,
I'll come round.
come round.
Yeah. Let's just... Okay.
This area here,
Yeah.
it's a bit of a monstrosity. It takes up a lot of room. However, for the moment, this is the only area really for the TV. Yeah. Now, taking the TV off, before we moved in, it had a really big mirror. And we put the TV up, so you sort of only saw half the mirror. And it didn't look right, did it?
No.
So what we thought would be really clever is to take the mirror off and stick our lovely clock on. But when I took the mirror off, you see this blue board here, there's a big hole about that size, and I'm assuming it's to get in to round the back for all the gas fire.
Because you've got a gas fire down there.
Bits and pieces.
Which we don't use, do we?
Which we don't use, no. So the only way to have the TV up there is to get rid of the mirror, put a block of board up there, and put the clock up there. Temporary measure, yeah. The idea is to actually remove this whole unit and have maybe the TV sunk in the back and some shelving and what have you. That's the plan.
That's the theory, yeah.
Yeah, if we sort of get round to it this year, I do not know. Also, I suppose there seems to be quite a lot of power cuts around here. Yeah, so we wouldn't have central heating in the winter. So having this actually still here, you could still have your gas, and we could use a, you know, we could light it with a match or something. So I'm in an ahhing about that.
Yeah.
Okay. Realistically, in here, I suppose. Oh yeah, you've got your. They all come with these nasty.
I quite like them.
These nasty. Spaceship kind of lights.
Yeah, but
you like them, don't you?
Yeah, but they're out of the way. You don't really notice them, do you? They're quite modern.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, a chandelier probably wouldn't work.
No,
in
it
here,
wouldn't
would it?
work. Yeah.
No. Okay. What I also like about this is we got a little bit of space for our old pictures, and we had about 15 pictures commissioned from 2 different artists to do Lowry paintings.
Yeah, because we like our Lowrys,
Yeah,
don't we?
and the house we were in was a 6-bedroom house, and we had them all over the place. But we're quite lucky that we managed to keep a few, just to feel, you know, more homely. My son bought me this. You'll remember. Look, it's my
Wilson.
Wilson. Yeah, he's up here keeping an eye on us all. Yeah, I'm not one for ornaments at all.
No.
I hate ornaments.
Well, we had to buy the zebra, didn't we? Because that was our little trip to Longley, wasn't it? With the grandchildren, and we did our private safari, and they were all excited and happy.
Yeah,
weren't
so
they?
we got to keep that for that. And we got a dog as an ornament because he don't do much else other than just sort of sit there and lay there. Do your
Stanley.
He's got his Broskel. Oh,
actually, he needs a wash, really, doesn't it? Oh, bless him.
Yeah, he's very old. Okay, so I managed to fit
look,
this.
there's your man. It's not your man drawer. It's your man's shelf.
Yeah, I've got a bit of a junk area going on here at the moment.
Well, it's all your medication
and bits and pieces.
Yeah. Nothing in there.
Nothing really in there at the moment. So yeah, we managed to stick this here, and it sort of works because I've got me a nice cup of tea area and me buttons. Now into the kitchen. That's the microwave. Brand new. Okay, and here we have an jobby fridge.
Oh yeah.
Look, full of bottles. Really, no food.
No. Actually, when you open that, the light. Yeah, the light inside was like flickering, but it's not flickering, is it? Oh no, so it's not doing it now. Perhaps it was the sun coming in from outside that caused that. I don't know.
It could have been.
Weather.
For this kitchen, there wasn't enough work space. So what we decided to do is we did have this at our old house.
Yeah, let me step back so I can get this in.
Yeah.
It's a really good piece of kit, isn't it, actually?
Yeah, so we managed to stick this here, and we've got loads of storage. Could have been man drawers, but it's full of towels and dog poo bags.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so this is extra storage, so I can, whilst making up me rissoles and chopping me boiled potatoes, I can actually watch the TV whilst cooking.
Doing the thing.
Yeah. It's very important, I think, to have plenty of appliances in these sorts of places, the small ones. So we've got a twin air fryer. This one is great because it's got drawers. Instead of like 2 buckets, you know, we've actually got drawers so we can do different foods, different sections at different times.
Yeah.
George Foreman grill.
Mountain of washing up.
Which I did this morning.
Yeah, you did.
Looking beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
Yep. Okay, so you got your
hot water dispenser.
Is that what they're called? Hot water dispenser, good old fashioned kettle, and our new toaster. Right, and of course you've got your bits and pieces for the drawers. Now this cooker is as old as the caravan.
Well, it's old as the hills, isn't it?
Yeah, and there is an issue with this.
Yeah.
If we come down hither.
Okay. Oh no! Oh, Steve!
Remnants of a roast dinner last week.
That's nasty. What are you
I forgot
doing?
that was in there.
Well, put it in the sink.
Well,
and we'll...
I'll just put it there.
Yeah, as long as it don't stay
Put it
there.
there for now. Okay, so this cooker, not a problem with it.
Mm.
I need 3 hands.
What do you want me to do?
I don't know.
I'll hold it here.
You hold it. So I'm going to switch it on.
Yeah.
Okay, she's on. Can you hear that?
Yeah, it's about to blow up.
It's popping and banging. See that?
Yeah.
Now, we do use it. Okay.
Oopsie.
We are using it, and it seems to be sort of. I'm over here.
I know.
It seems to be doing the job okay.
Yeah.
The back left gas jobby here also pops and bangs. So, does it need a service? Is it too old? We have looked in trying to get a new cooker for here, and it's very expensive. And we don't cook a lot on it, do we? The wok probably section is used the most, and because it's different gas, you've got to have a different cooker. So never knew that. But
yeah, there's special ones, aren't there? There's special ones that you can have in your home on normal gas, but it also takes the colour gas as well.
Yeah, again,
which seem to be the more expensive ones.
As always, expensive, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, so that's the rub. We've got a little cupboard, sort of semi-man drawer junk area.
Yeah.
A lot of caravan areas seem to have that. We've managed to put this hook here above the radiator, which works perfectly in the winter. See,
see, I've got my coat on there and
see,
everything.
That works really well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Another Lowry painting. Wish it was genuine.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we come in to what would be the second bedroom, spare room, you can probably see it isn't.
No, it's difficult to see, isn't it? Look, we've got our.
It's an office,
It's
isn't
an
it?
office. It's all our office stuff because it's important that we have an office.
Yeah, and then we've got. I found this thing off eBay. Instead of fixing all the coats to the wall,
yeah,
it's on
like a stand, isn't it?
It's on this base. You can put your shoes underneath, and it's loads of hooks for.
That's all right.
Yeah, it does the job.
We've got a wardrobe in here.
Yeah.
Oh, look, I can see myself.
Hey. So I would suggest if you've got your own static caravan and you can do without a second bedroom, and if you want people to stay, get yourself a sofa bed. Yeah. And then you've got all this space. Well, why have 2 single beds that nobody really likes to sleep in or use?
Yeah.
Okay, so down to the very narrow. See, this is very for me.
You managed all right here just a minute ago. You remembered.
Because I was whooshing from there to there at a funny angle.
You was.
I was. The toilet door is equally tight. Now,
don't do that too hard because you're going to cave in the walls.
Yeah. Why don't you go in there with the camera?
I can
and
go
then
in
you
there.
can show them the diagonal toilet, which my son thought it was very odd to sit on.
Yeah. I see. I'd never noticed that before, actually.
Yeah.
But it was only once he mentioned it. I thought, oh yeah.
It's going into the room diagonally, isn't it?
Yeah. Which actually makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? There I am again. One of our very nice toilet pictures.
Yeah.
I've got a few of those.
And then we've got our very narrow entrance shower. I suppose inside it's a reasonable size. as showers go.
Yeah.
I mean, it is all dated.
That's sort of quite old taps and stuff. But it is a fair size, really. And the only thing is, it's quite a big step up. But you get used to that.
We do.
Don't you?
We do, don't I?
Don't I? Yeah.
And into the master bedroom, if you can call it that. Mm-hmm. We did also... It came with a bed, and it was a double bed. No, it wasn't. It was, as you can see, it's quite small, and I ain't small. So we do have a bit of a fight in the bed in the night, because it's bums are hanging over the edge kind of thing. The mattress, not the mattress, the bottom part of the bed, what's it called? Divan, isn't it?
Yeah.
That is the same age or older than the Caravan, because the mattress that was on this bed was, I think...
Well, it had a date on it, didn't
89.
it? No, 1996.
Was it 1996?
Yeah, 1996.
Oh, right. So that's a 19-year-old mattress. Yeah. So we spent a few £100, got ourselves a nice firm mattress.
Yeah.
That's also important
It's
to
really comfy, isn't it?
be comfortable in bed, be comfortable on your in your front room.
The divan underneath has got drawers as well.
Yeah.
So,
So
there's
we didn't
a bit
change
more
the divan
storage.
It didn't really matter.
No.
We have
Yes.
an
Look.
ensuite,
Look.
which isn't diagonal.
No, it isn't. Look, toilet, wash basin,
It's a good place.
and a nice big.
Good place to have a poo.
Honestly, what's he like?
Yep. So there's that, and then we've just got your
Wardrobe.
I don't know why I'm showing people wardrobe.
Well, I know, we don't really need to see that, do we?
You can see it. You know what it does. And of course, another Lowry painting there. And another one behind Anne.
Let me come back here. I like this one. It's a seaside one.
Yes. Great, isn't it? Now, if that was real, that would be like hundreds of thousands of pounds. But I think we paid about £200 for each one. So if you're interested in Lowry paintings, I know the guy. Okay, back down the to the front room area. So it's not like a mansion. We've just showed you everything, but it's our little palace, and it works for us.
It's comfy, isn't it?
It's comfortable, yeah. If we had kids, it would be a bit tighter. So for the two of us, it's doing all right so far.
And Stanley.
Yeah, and Stanley, yeah. So far, daughter number 3 hasn't asked to move in yet. She keeps bounding back like an elastic band, but so far she is.
Yeah, isn't that the reason why we've kind of moved in here temporarily?
So she can't.
So she can't. Bless her.
I know, yeah. So there we have it. This is our Caravan Static
Country Lodge.
Executive Country Lodge area. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and we've got some more completely useless videos for you to watch.
Yes, thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.